you guys, and welcome back to another Tool Tip Tuesday. I'm here today to talk to you about a little technique I learned this past weekend, and it is the magic mat technique. Basically what happens is if we are trimming 4x6 mats, that's very simple to do. You can either cut it in half and then cut your fours this horizontally, or you can cut strips by 4 and then split them in half 6. It's very simple when you're doing 4x6 mats. The problem happens when your picture is 4x6 and you don't want to cut it down, and now you need a 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 size mat. And if you cut it 6 1/4 this way, you can get 2 this way and maybe 1 this way. If you cut it 4 1/4, it just ends up where you can't get a lot of mats in. So I'm going to teach you this little technique. It's called the magic mat, and it allows you to get 4 4x1/4, 6x1/4 mats, as well as 2 border strips in a 1 piece of cardstock. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to cut a 3/4 inch strip off of one end. This will be for one border. Then you'll cut another 3 1/4 strip. You could also do a 1 1/2 strip if you prefer to have longer sections, but now these could be decorative, used on the edge of your paper. Then you're going to rotate your paper 90 degrees and you're going to cut it at 1 1/2. This is scrap. Now you're left with this piece of paper. So what you're going to do is you're going to line this up at 4 1/4 here. You're going to take your casing unit and you want to line your line up so it starts cutting at 6 1/4. So remember, there's an inch from the middle to the end. So if we line this end up to 7 1/4, we're going to be all set. So you set it down here at 7 1/4. So I'm not sure if y'all can see that. And you can't really, but I'm lined up at 6 1/4. This part right here is lined up at 7 1/4. So once you get that lined perfectly, you're going to push down all the way to the end. Now we're going to rotate this 90 degrees. We're going to line it up at 4 1/4. We're going to bring our line down here to basically where you cut. Again, it's 7 1/4. And we're going to cut to the end. That's our first mat. We're going to rotate 90 degrees, line it up at 4 1/4. We're going to do the same thing, cut to the end. That's mat number 2. We're going to rotate 90 degrees, line it up at 4 1/4. If you did it perfectly, now you get 3 1/4. Now we have 4 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 mats, piece of scrap, and 2 strips that we can use for borders. You can use it for all different things. It is a really great technique so that you don't end up with lots of little loose bits. I hope that it was helpful for all of you, and I will talk to you later. Oh, I wanted to show you, do I have a picture? Yeah, but you can see, I mean, it's not great because I did it with white, but hopefully you can see that it's the perfect size now to mat my photos, 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. All right, you guys, have a great week. Bye.